Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the HDS-404MV 4-input, 4-output HDMI Matrix with multi-viewer capabilities. This product makes it incredibly easy for you to connect 4 different high-definition media devices to 4 high-definition monitors at the same time while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a few buttons on the front of the unit or using the infrared remote control or even through a direct connection to a local computer. But it's also a multi-viewer, which allows you to display all 4 of the media streams on a single monitor at the same time. The product fully supports 4K media content, and it's both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, which means it's plug-and-play compatible with a wide range of modern media gear. It also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio from the media stream being displayed and then allows you to pass that audio along to a soundbar or a home stereo for that full theater experience through either an analog or a digital optical SPDIF connection. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the unit and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. I'll list the features and functions that this product provides, and then I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how easy this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get into the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find the HDS-404MV. You'll find a single 5-volt 2-amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this end into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and this plugs directly into the back of the unit and provides all the power you'll need for operation. Also included is a USB-A to micro USB cable, and this can be used for connecting it to a local computer to issue RS-232 commands to make your selections. You can also use this, if needed, to update the firmware on the unit later on. You'll find a bracketing kit included that you can use to mount the module up off the ground and out of the way, an infrared remote control that allows you to make your selections from quite a distance away from the unit, and finally, a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. The product features a full metal enclosure which makes it very durable and a great choice for both residential or commercial installations. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find ventilation slots that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. You'll also find mounting holes on both sides that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount this module up off the ground and out of the way. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find a power indicator right there. When you add power to the module, it immediately starts an internal power on self-test where it's checking the electronics, and once it passes that test, it'll light that LED, letting you know the module's ready to use. To the right of that is an infrared receiver window, and that's where the signals from the remote control are picked up, so when you set this up, make sure that window is visible if you're using the remote control. To the right of that are groups of 4 LEDs labeled A, B, C, and D, and these indicate which of the inputs is currently being sent to that output for all 4 of your monitors that are connected. And you can change which input is sent to that output by tapping these 4 buttons right here for A, B, C, and D. And when you tap that button, it moves to the next input, next input, next input, and then back to the first one. To the right of the LEDs is a scaler button. You can use that to step through the various resolutions that are available on the product to match your output monitors. To the right of that is an audio selector. This unit provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio from the media stream being displayed and then allows you to pass that along to a soundbar or a home stereo for that full theater experience. And you can tap this button to move between the 4 outputs to decide which of them you'd like to extract the audio from. To the right of that is a mode button. You can tap that to move between the matrix function and the multiviewer function and step through the various options for multiviewer. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left are 4 full-sized HDMI ports labeled input 1, 2, 3, and 4. These connect to whatever media devices you'd like to share the content from with your 4 output monitors. Always use a high-quality cable to make those connections. To the right of that are 4 more full-sized HDMI ports labeled output A, B, C, and D, and these connect to 4 monitors that you'd like to use to enjoy the content from your input devices. To the right of that are two audio output connections, an analog left and right stereo connection, and an optical SPDIF connection. This is what you'll use when you're enabling that audio extraction capability to pass the audio along to that soundbar or home stereo. To the right of that is a micro USB port that's used for firmware updates as well as control of the module. To update the firmware in this unit if needed, you'll connect this to a local computer and move the firmware file to the module to complete that upgrade. But this port can also be used with the included cable to connect to a local computer that you can issue RS-232 commands to the module to change the input-output relationships or step through the various multi-viewer modes. To the right of that is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You can simply plug that power supply into any standard wall outlet, and the other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it which plugs in right there, and you can finger tighten that locking collar. And then finally, to the right of that is a power switch you can use to turn the module on and off as needed. The OREI HDS-404MV is compatible with most modern HDMI media sources, including media players like Apple TV, security cameras, digital projectors, game consoles, and computer systems. The product's features include full support of 4K ultra-high definition media content. It provides 4 input connections and 4 output connections. It is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant. It offers a power off memory function to remember your last settings, and provides digital and analog audio extraction capabilities. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up 4 small media players. 3 of them are displaying different images, and 1 of them is actually looping a video because I wanted to show you that you can easily mix and match a wide variety of different media types on the Matrix at the same time. And that's the media content I'd like to display in my output monitors. Over here I've set up 4 displays as my output devices, and this is where I'd like to enjoy the content from those media devices. In front of me I have the HDMI Matrix. Now the first set of connections I'll make are from the media players directly to the device, and I've already connected 4 high-speed HDMI cables up to the players. The other end of those cables I'll plug into HDMI input number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally number 4. And now we can connect the output displays. I've got 4 more high-speed HDMI cables connected up to the monitors, and I'll plug those connections into output A, output B, output C, and finally output D. Now it's really important you use a high-quality cable to make all of these connections because this product supports 8K media, which requires a really high-quality HDMI cable to give you the best possible resolution on your output monitors. Just want to make sure they're all connected. And now we're ready for power. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of that cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs directly into the DC port. There's also a locking collar on there, so I'll plug that in and I'll finger tighten that collar. Now the minute I add power to the unit, it starts that internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics. Once it passes that test, it checks the input resolution of the media devices and the output resolution of the monitors to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture. And there you go. So what you're viewing here is media content from those media devices, and right now I've got the Matrix set up where input 1 is going to output A, input 2 to B, input 3 to C, and input 4 to D. But the nice thing about a Matrix is that you can send different inputs to different outputs by tapping the buttons on the front, or you can send the same input to all 4 outputs at the same time. Now, one other advantage this product provides is Multiview mode, which allows you to display all 4 of the media streams on a single monitor at the same time. And it'll do that on output A. Let me show you how that works. I'll just hit a button on the remote, and you can see that output A is displaying 2 of the inputs at the same time. There are 2 more in a different format. There are all 4 of them in a different format, and there they are sort of split up equally on the screen. If you want to go back to the regular display where input number 1 is being displayed on A, you can simply tap that top button and you can go right back. So it's a combination unit that allows you to use it as a matrix, again giving you complete control over which of the inputs is displayed on which of the outputs, but it's also a multi-viewer which allows you to use a single monitor to view all 4 inputs at the same time. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI HDS-404MV 4 input, 4 output HDMI Matrix with multi-viewer capabilities helpful. This product provides an incredibly easy way for you to connect 4 different HDMI media devices like a DVD player or a game console or even a computer to 4 high-definition monitors at the same time while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a button on the front of the unit, using the infrared remote control from quite a distance away from the product, or through a direct RS-232 connection on the back to a local computer. But it's also a multi-viewer, which provides the capability of displaying all 4 of the media streams on a single monitor at the same time. The product fully supports 4K media content, and it's both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, which means it's plug-and-play compatible with all of your modern media equipment. It also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio component from the media stream being displayed and then allows you to pass that along through a left and right analog connection or an optical SPDIF connection to a local home stereo or a soundbar for that full theater experience. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.